So the cult found out about the secret spy watch I was using to record them.
This thing.
So to refresh you guys, there's absolutely no technology allowed in this cult, and to these guys, a watch is considered advanced technology. But the way I've gotten away with it so far is I told them that this is no ordinary watch. This is actually a heart rate watch, which conveniently the record button on these watches is actually disguised as a heart.
That's a serious thing, huh? Yeah.
I told them that this watch is for a clogged artery I have for when I broke my neck. Which is actually true. I actually did break my neck, and I do still have a clogged artery in my neck. My story from day one has been that this watch is the one thing that's keeping me alive. The only problem with my story is this cult doesn't believe in medicine.
We don't think medicine is like so now you're gonna just short life, you know. I'm sure she would have been thankful to live a short life. You know, she don't have like a stroke or something like this. I think they say it's like lifelong.
He's asking this because I told him if I ever take my watch off, I'll probably have a stroke and die.
If you feel like, hey, I'm gonna live as long as I follow me live, and I have a stroke and for years. You know, we just have to have our life like surrendered like that.
I saw what happened to the girl who disagreed with them just a few days before this.
Why am I crazy?
And I wasn't ready to get severely punished for disagreeing with them.
You have to give up everything if you want to. And I understand that, and obviously it was my father's will. Yeah.
He's basically saying I have to get rid of the watch, even if it kills me. Because they've had people die before, and they just believe that if you die, it's just God's plan. But besides them trying to kill me, I have a new problem. I have to get rid of this watch. But good thing I was one step ahead. I noticed that everyone that lives here carries around a notebook, and what's inside every single notebook? A pen. So I ordered a bunch of spy pens to my house in Los Angeles. The problem is I'm not in Los Angeles. So I need to find a way to escape again. But if you remember from the first time I tried to ask them to leave, they wouldn't even let me leave for an hour to save my dying girlfriend. So my excuse is you have to be really good this time if I ever want a chance at leaving this place.
Ben, don't you, like if you're gonna get baptized, don't you have to pay off your last of your mortgage and stuff too? And then try to get out of like your leash and everything?
Yeah.
I told them that I'm still paying rent on my house in LA, but I don't want to live in LA anymore. I want to live with you guys. So in order to get out of my lease, I just need to leave for a few hours, sign a piece of paper, or else my evil landlord's gonna come here. It's gonna be really bad for everyone. Which seems like a legitimate excuse. Like if I was to actually join this cult, that's probably a scenario that would actually happen.
The landlord's been hitting me up. I need to like go back one more time and sign a paper. Okay, but this kind of stuff. Really? Don't worry about all that stuff. We'll get tested and not endure it.
Oh, so my landlord's just testing me. Whatever that means. So everything that just like doesn't agree with their agenda, it's just a test, and we have to like block it out.
Figure it all out. We can take it lightly, yeah. Oh, you threw the whole box over?
No, not the whole.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to like shove it out.
There.
I still am not allowed to leave to sign this paper to get out of my lease. So last time when they wouldn't let me leave, I just said screw it, and I escaped anyways.
I escaped!
So I guess I just have to escape again.
Oh my gosh. Calm down.
My car wasn't starting, trapped in the middle of nowhere with no service, so there's no way for me to leave. I can't just confront the cult members about this because they're gonna know I was leaving. So I decided to tell someone that was a little lower in the cult who probably just wouldn't know any better.
He needs jumper cables.
Oh, I see.
But a few days later, after word got around, they told me that my car has gotten to a point where it's not even jumpable.
Were you able to start the car?
No.
Really? Yeah, I wonder if it's a fuse.
I got jumper cables, so I can jump it.
We tried jumping it.
Oh yeah?
We tried no response.
Really?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Ben? Anyone else in here? Anyone in here?
It literally sounds like they mess with your car on purpose.
So my friend Danny's skeptical that these guys messed with my car. So he decided to bring up a solution where he would drive with me to get my papers signed.
We'd be back in 2 hours if you just put it in the back of your...
Ben, he's not leaving here.
Okay. He would never... He would... I wouldn't... But that was...
I think at this point, they're just really afraid that I'm going to leave them. So they sat me down and they're telling me why I have to stay in this cult no matter what. He starts the conversation off by telling me about these anti-cult movements that are going to try and take me away.
There's these anti-cult movements out there. It started in the 70s to try to get people out of like places like this. They pretty much kidnapped me. So,
Really?
Yeah, they try to like deprogram me and stuff like that. Somebody who has faith, he can't do that to others.
Basically, the message is, if I have enough faith, I'll never have to leave here. And it is crazy how many times they've specifically told me, Ben, the thing that you are in is not a cult.
They have a misunderstanding of who we are. Like we're a cult and things like that.
I mean, if this was a cult.
Do you believe that I'm part of some evil cult?
It's like if they're trying this hard to prove that they're not a cult, I'm actually gonna look up the step-by-steps of what the United States classifies as cults and see if these guys fall into the categories. So, transition. Step 1, persuade the recruit to walk into the web. And we noticed this right away when we were just customers at the restaurant, that their sole mission was just to recruit us.
And they just stayed with us and watched us eat our whole meal.
He literally wouldn't let us eat. He wouldn't fucking leave.
Step 2, love bombing.
Wait, what is... Can you tell me what love bomb is?
You don't know what love bombing is?
What is love bombing?
Well, let's show it.
You all are so special. I'm so thankful. You all are special. I'm so happy when I met you.
I like you. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we were 100% love bombed.
I felt like the most special person in the whole world.
Nathaniel would tell me he loved me.
I know.
After day 2 of meeting him, he's like, I love you. And of course I said it back. I mean, we got to gain their trust.
Step 3, sell. The recruit must see smiling, friendly, happy people. A living advertisement. Invite them to come along again.
We have extra rooms if you want to.
Wait, really?
It's going to be late, isn't it?
If you wanted to stay.
Spend a day or a few days or however long you want to stay.
Yeah,
That was the whole time.
Step 4, tough love. Step 4 is tougher. The gloves start to come off. Members may be deprived of sleep,
Look, he looks tired.
given exhausting tasks, kept away from their usual support networks.
Let the dead bury the dead.
Even better that he would have been aborted.
Hit the nail on the head on that one, wow.
100%.
But it also says, at the same time, rewards are offered. Rest, love. Some groups even use euphoric music or dancing at this stage. Hit the check mark of cult on that one. Step 5, renouncing loved ones. Persuade your recruit to renounce family, friends, anyone who offers a reality check. The more isolated the person is, the more likely they are to invest in a new belief system. So I decided to ask different members what the relationship with their families like on the outside world.
Were your parents supportive of you coming here? No, they're just. It's been terrible 12 years because I was pretty attached to my family. But it went from like bad to really bad for years and years and years. And pretty much I haven't been able to have a relationship with them because it's so bad, you know. Well, it's like, you know, you're not my family anymore. I got a new family.
My mother actually really came against the community. I warned her. I said, Mom, if you don't stop talking with them, I'm not going to be able to continue talking with you, continue a relationship with you. But she didn't stop.
And I'll tell you this, I actually was married before I met the community and I had a daughter. So I can tell you it was really hard to get, the hardest thing to give up.
The greatest thing I could do for my family, honor them, was to do our Father's will.
I just want to say that what he means by doing his father's will, he's talking about the group suicide.
Because this is what's going to bring an end to the age.
This guy's literally saying the best thing he can do for his family is to kill himself. You see how disconnected all of these people are with what they call the outside world. And so I thought it'd be really interesting actually to take the outside world and bring it into their community to see how they react.
Have you ever thought about doing a dubstep song? What is that? You haven't heard of dubstep? It's a thing in the outside society. It kind of goes like, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa,
What, like that? You've never heard of that?
That's horrible.
It sounds horrible?
Yeah.
Well, it's really popular.
We just want clean music.
Technically, it's not even considered music. It's just random robot noises.
But now it's like one person's super good at this thing, and like it's evil, you know.
Yeah.
Where music was something our Father gave to man as expressing His joy.
Yeah, and you don't want robots giving the message, you know.
No, and you know, yeah, you just gotta be careful.
You heard of TikTok?
What?
TikTok? What everyone's addicted to now.
What's that?
It's ridiculous.
It's like a drug. It literally gets you addicted to it.
Really?
Yeah, the Chinese government made it to get Americans addicted on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whoa.
And gas is so expensive. Do you know why it's so expensive? You know Joe Biden?
He's the vice president, right?
Yeah, he's like taxing oil companies, and he's giving it all to like black communities and stuff to try and like make them better, if that makes sense.
Next we got step 6, introducing the core beliefs. I actually made a whole video going into detail about all of this cult's secret beliefs of stuff that they believe in, but they know that will destroy them if you guys find out about it. This was the video that was supposed to blow up and take them down. And like 30 minutes of me posting it on YouTube took it down incorrectly. So a big plot point of my series is now just taken away. And the best alternative I've thought of is I've uploaded it to my Patreon. So follow me on Patreon, guys. There's also behind the scenes, my Discord live streams. Every single penny I make goes back into the videos. Like I'll use it to buy more spy cameras. It's all going into the video creation process. And by subscribing, you get a shout out in every video. So normally creators wait to the end, but I just did mine in the middle. You guys rock. Now we're finally getting to a point where the love bombing stopped. The fake happiness is all stopped. And now we get to see this place for what it really is.
It's encouraging right now, like just going to Delhi, you know.
Yeah.
It's encouraging, but then, you know, you're there 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you know. And our Father just, he starts testing you at the very core of your being, you know. Sometimes you have
like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I can't. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. But our Father is just like, he's so kind. He just gives us tests and we go through it.
Basically, this guy's warning us for how bad it's gonna get once we join the cult.
Just don't want you to get hurt, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt you anyway.
But he rationalizes that these hard working conditions are just a test from God, a test of persecution.
But then he said, with persecution, you know, in this age, you know, and the age to come, eternal life, you know. So there's gonna be very, very hard things that come. The only way to endure those hard things is the true faith.
They tell you over and over that if you just have enough faith, it'll all be worth it in the end.
Our whole life, like if we spent our whole life washing dishes for the rest of our life, at the end of our life, we can, you know, sure could come and look at us and say, well done, you good and faithful servant.
Yeah.
They don't actually see the reward.
They don't understand how long eternity is.
Exactly.
They know that this is a terrible life, but they're just too scared to leave because they don't want to spend an eternity being tortured. They want an eternity of awesomeness, but it's just not true. Like, you're not going to get an eternity of awesomeness for being racist. But even thinking that you're getting eternal life, it's still hard. And years of this manual labor is turning everyone into this cult, into like a zombie-like person.
Yeah.
Everyone here truly seems lifeless. Probably because they know that they're not going to receive any type of reward for any of the work they've ever done until after they die. But they stay in the cult anyways because of our last and final step of what it means to be a cult, which is that you can't disagree with them.
For us, we can't agree to disagree. We need to come to the fullness of the mind of Messiah, because I thought I had a mind about everything.
And while I was at the cult, I actually saw a girl who disagreed with probably one of the just absolutely absurd teachings that they teach.
I don't really trust the body of Messiah.
My guess is that this cult tried teaching her some crazy radical belief that you guys saw in the last episode. And this girl just questioned it. She said, I don't know if I can trust Yeshua anymore because of this. And you can see how terrified this girl was.
I just like, I'm scared of going to like a fire truly. I believe in it so wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I think like I'm very scared of going to like fire.
This video is going to go on too long if I dive into this girl who questioned them. So I'm going to just make this its own episode. But anyways, I have to escape this cult to get the spy pen, or else I have no way to film them. And what's the point of me being in a cult? So Danny actually had some jumper cables. We were going to try and call this cult's bluff that my car is unjumpable. So early in the morning, before anyone else woke up, we decided to make our escape.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what they tried to do yesterday. We just jumped that so easily.
I'm off to get my spy pens.
Ben escaped today. Look who I'm with.
And while I was out retrieving my spy pens, I remember that there was also a very extreme scavenger hunt going on for the rest of my money, which originated from just a funny joke of the first episode, and now it's evolved into this huge scavenger hunt. But I moved my money to here. Blank Christmas, opposite of this. Circles are blank. But the answer to the riddle is merry-go-round.
Where did Ben hide?
Oh my god, I found it! I found it! First, solve this Sudoku puzzle for this number, which you'll put into this math problem as X to solve for Y, and take the 73rd and 74th digit to the right of the decimal place and count down that many letters down the alphabet for the first letter of the answer. Take the 28th and 29th digit, do the same thing for the second letter, and the 170th and the 171st digit for the third letter. Go here. Who is gonna find my money? And how does this connect to the rest of the series? I promise it connects in a very clever way. You're just gonna have to keep watching. Also, subscribe to my Patreon. Thanks for everyone that subscribed to my Patreon. You guys rock. And finally, I just want to say that